In 2025, Amber Heard made a personal and professional decision that surprised audiences across the globe and reignited worldwide discussion about celebrity, resilience, and reinvention. After years of intense public scrutiny, legal battles, and polarized opinion, the actress chose a path that marked a decisive break from the expectations traditionally placed on Hollywood figures. Rather than chasing constant visibility or attempting to reshape her image through high-profile blockbusters, Heard's decision reflected a deliberate shift toward privacy, purpose, and long-term self-definition, a move that many did not anticipate, but few could ignore. At the heart of this decision was Heard's choice to step back from the relentless pace of mainstream Hollywood and redefine what success meant on her own terms. For an industry that often rewards constant exposure, her move was seen as both bold and risky. Fans and critics alike had grown accustomed to seeing her name tied to controversy as much as to cinema, and many expected 2025 to be the year she attempted a major comeback through traditional studio projects. Instead, Heard surprised the world by signaling that her priorities had fundamentally changed, placing personal growth and selective creative work above public validation. This shift did not come without context. Over the previous years, Heard had lived under an unprecedented spotlight, with her personal life dissected in real time by global audiences. The emotional toll of that period was evident, and by 2025, it became clear that her decision was as much about mental well-being as it was about career strategy. By consciously choosing distance from the noise of Hollywood, Heard reframed her narrative from one of reaction to one of intention, sending a powerful message about autonomy in an industry that often thrives on control. What made the decision particularly surprising was the clarity with which Heard embraced a quieter, more grounded public presence. Rather than vanishing completely, she adopted a measured approach, engaging only in projects that aligned with her values and personal interests. This included a renewed focus on independent storytelling, social causes, and creative collaborations that emphasized substance over spectacle. Observers noted that this was not a retreat born of defeat, but a recalibration rooted in confidence and self-awareness. Public reaction was swift and divided. Supporters praised Heard for prioritizing her mental health and choosing authenticity over constant exposure, describing her decision as emblematic of a broader cultural shift. In an era where burnout among public figures is increasingly discussed, her move resonated with many who saw it as a courageous stand against an unforgiving fame cycle. Critics, however, questioned whether stepping away from mainstream projects would permanently limit her influence and opportunities, arguing that Hollywood rarely waits for those who step aside. Yet the global conversation extended far beyond the entertainment industry. Heard's decision sparked discussions about accountability, redemption, and the cost of public judgment in the digital age. Her choice highlighted how modern celebrities are no longer defined solely by their work, but by the narratives constructed around them, often without their consent. By 2025, Heard appeared determined to reclaim authorship of her own story, even if it meant accepting uncertainty. Another unexpected aspect of her decision was how it reframed her public identity. Rather than attempting to persuade critics or win back skeptics through aggressive publicity, Heard allowed time and consistency to speak for her. This approach challenged the traditional crisis management playbook of celebrity culture, which often relies on constant statements and appearances. Instead, her silence and selectivity became part of the message, signaling maturity and resolve. Industry insiders noted that Heard's move could influence other actors navigating similar pressures. By demonstrating that stepping away does not necessarily equate to irrelevance, she opened the door for alternative career paths that prioritize balance and intention. Her decision suggested that longevity in the public eye may no longer depend on constant visibility, but on strategic absence and meaningful engagement. By the end of 2025, Amber Heard's big decision stood as one of the most talked about personal reinventions of the year. It surprised the world not because it was dramatic, but because it was deliberate. In choosing herself over spectacle, Heard reshaped the conversation around fame, resilience, and choice. Whether her path ultimately leads back to the center of Hollywood or remains intentionally on its margins, her decision has already left a lasting impact, proving that sometimes the most powerful statement a public figure can make is the choice to step back and move forward on their own terms.